Markus, please say, do you expect such results from the Russian team in Pyeongchang?
Oh, when we fly to Korea, then I think it will be very good when we can make 1 or 2 medals in the Olympic Games, because our best athletes cannot start, and we have a very young team in Korea, and so I think it will be great when we can make 1 or 2 medals, but I don't accept 8 medals. So it was big surprise for me, and at the end I'm very, very happy about this.
Do you feel yourself like an instant Russian during the Olympics?
Yes, 100%, because I like to work with this team. It's like my second family, and I was, I will not say crying, but it was very nice to see that they make these results. It was nice to see Russian athletes on the podium by the prize-giving ceremony, by the medal plaza. It was very nice to see, and I feel with these athletes.
Before the Olympic Games, you criticized the International Olympic Committee and WADA because of strange decisions concerning the Russian team. German journalists ask you about this, especially Hajo Zippelt.
Yeah, it's interesting. Hajo Zippelt never spoke with me, so it was, I think he has the chance to call me or to write me and ask me, but he do never. It's I don't understand why, because he knows that I work for this team. But it's a lot of other journalists from Germany. They ask me, and most of them have a good opinion about what happened, and they think in the same direction, because at the end nobody knows directly what happened now. Disqualified for Olympic Games, can start in the World Cup, so it's a great chaos what WADA, the IOC do, and it's absolute bad for the sport and for, because normal people don't understand what happened exactly, and especially now after Olympic Games. It's very, very small in the media that now all Russian athletes can start in the World Cup. It's the media it's only in one direction, and this is, for me, it's very, very bad.
Okay, Russian skiers, they're different from others.
Oh, I think some of them are much stronger than or can be stronger than other athletes. No, it's I must say they are. I work together, for example, with Colonia, and he is also a nice guy. He's very simple guy. He is motivated for the training, especially for the competition, and it's the same with Ustjugov, with Belorukhova, with Matveeva, this build of these guys, and it's not a big difference. They want do the best in the competition, and they try every day in the training the best for this, and it's the same with other athletes.
Russian athletes, they surprised you?
No, I am not surprised about Russian athletes, because I know that they are very strong in the training, they are motivated, they can do a lot of training, and they learn this when they are young, that you need for a good athlete a lot of training, and so it's for me it's not easy, but it's good to work with Russian athletes, because they know that you need a lot of training to become a good athlete.
So you start work with the Russian team with Alexander Levkov and Ilya Chernousov, and now you have quite a big group. Is it comfortable for you?
It's not easy to work with a big group. So for me, it's the best is maximum 8 athletes in one group. Now I have 12, and it's not easy, but I have a good assistant coach now with Sergei Turishev and all staff around the group, the service guys and physio and all helps in the training and so this is more easier, but it's difficult with a big group.
So you are able to give attention to everyone and save this individual approach.
I try to give for everybody my work and I try to speak with everybody and because it's important for me to know all about athletes, what they think about the training, what's around happened at home and so, because it's for me it's very important to know a lot of things about the athletes.
So athletes like that you explain them every movement and how you receive back the feedback from them.
So it's quite different, but most of them it's a good feedback. So and I want that they give feedback, because it's not good when a coach only the coach speak and we will do this. And for me it's important to have a feedback what happened now with the athlete. It's a good exercise or maybe it's not good. We don't need this or. So it's for me it's important to have a feedback from the athletes, because I learn from the athletes.
So is it often then athletes came and say, "Hey Markus, this exercise it is not fit for me and it's too much and too hard for my body and to health." Are you hear them during such moments?
So it's not many times that this happened, but that they come, it's maybe too heavy or something. But especially the athletes, how I work now, maybe 3-4 years together, they know that I won't have this feedback, and they come and we discuss, and I try to explain them why this exercise is important, and so it's a good communication with athletes.
How much time you need to understand what is this athlete, what he can and what he can do in the future?
Well, I think I need around 6 months to understand an athlete and to see what is his good things, maybe where he can do better, and so then I think I know what happened or can happen with this athlete, and what he needs maybe more or less in the training, and also some athletes like to speak more, some athletes don't like speak so much about training, and for example Alexander Lekov, he said me one time, Markus, you are the coach and I do what you say. And it's very easy, but for me it's once again it's important to have a good communication with athletes.
So what about the process of choosing the athlete to a group?
So first important point for me is that in my group athletes that they want to train with me, with my group. This is the most important point for me, and it's some athletes come and ask me, is it possible, and but at the end I spoke with Elena Wiebe about my group, maybe this man, maybe this girl, and so it's a discussion between first with Elena Wiebe and me, but also with athletes, because before athletes come to my group I will speak with them, because I want to know why they want to train with me, and this is very important for me to know.
Without the names, do you have athletes in your group that you are not happy to work with them?
No. When I start to work with athletes, then I help from the beginning to the end and such as long as that they want. And when somebody don't want longer, it's no problem for me because I try to help, and when they think I cannot help, then okay, it's their decision.
Okay. In Instagram, you are subscribed to every member of your team. Do you look how they spend their free time?
Sometimes I look also in this Instagram or Facebook or something, and so yeah, I think it's with the social media. It's also important to work with them, with this. But for me, I'm not so interesting what they do in the free time. But for me, it's important that they not write too much about our training, so they can show something, and but not too much, because we want not give all secret things from the training.
How you feel about the exit from your group? So you want to speak with them after that, and why Anastasia and Piotr Sidov also exit from your group?
No, this is no problem when somebody exits from my group. It's especially with Nastya Sedova, I was surprised that she won't exit from my group, because for me she has made a big step, and all was okay. But then she thinks now for the future she will train once again with her father, and we spoke during the national championship about this, and then I understand why she won't, and because this was important for me, why she won't exit, and I understand now, and no, I will help her in the winter like the other. It's for me, it's now Nastya, it's the same like Nastya before when she was in my group. It doesn't matter, and it's the same with Peter. Peter is a great athlete, and but he decided to train with his father once again, because the last seasons he was many times sick, and he thinks for himself it was too much training with my group, because his healthness now is not 100% good, and so it's better to go his own way, and I have until today a very good communication with both, and it's no problem for me.
What do you feel about the exit of Yegor Sorin? It was approved by your side, or it happened immediately in one time?
Oh, I work now 3 years together with Yegor Sorin, and so for my opinion he learns a lot of things now, and now he's ready to start as a own coach for a group, and it was my opinion to speak with him and also with Elena that okay, now it's time for Igor to take a own group, and because now he must make his own experience, because now he's ready for this, and it comes from my side to push him in this direction.
You will help him during his walk?
Yes, of course. So I have good communication with him, and he asked a lot of things in the past, and for me it's important to help young coaches, young Russian coaches for the future, because we need these young coaches for the future.
Yelena Velbe says that you are too soft with the athletes. Do you agree with this? Maybe you want to be harder a little bit, or you are stable and nobody can change you.
nobody can change me. So now I'm 55 years old. I work I don't know 35 years now in this job, and it's my work. It's my side in this work, and so I will not change, because I think everybody can do better on this side or this side, but I think I work very well with athletes. For me, it's more important to have a good communication and a good speak with athletes, because this is important for me. I need not to be a hard coach, a strong coach. This is not my work.
How often you speak with Velbia? Only when you have any questions that need her decision, or you can easily take a call to Yelena and say, how are you?
I have a lot of calls and a lot of speak with Elena, and I think she do a very, very good job for the Russian Federation, and I like to speak with her, not only about the sport and the athletes, and when I have or we must decide something, and for me it's very interesting to speak with her, because she is also a very successful athlete before, and so I ask her also many questions about the training, and it's very interesting for me. So I have from my side, a good communication with her.
How often you speak with your Russian colleagues? Do you feel eifersucht from their side?
Oh, I speak many times with my colleagues, with someone more, with someone more less. It's like it's a normal life, and but at the end we have a good speak together. Sometimes we must decide something, who can start in the World Cup or not, or in the World Championship, and so for this I think I have a good communication, and I feel not eifersucht in this communication. Maybe it is small on this side, but I don't feel this.
If someone from the coaches asks you to see his training plan and put some corrections, comments, you will do this or not?
Yes, I will do this. For example, last 2 years I have or Max Wiligzanin asked me some question about the training, and it was also Oleg was together with Max, and then we have a good discussion about the training, and it was a lot of questions from Max and Oleg, and also I asked something what they think, and so for me it's especially with Oleg and Daniil, it's a good communication and good discussion about the training.
Are you ready to make seminars for the Russian coaches in the regions? For example, have a trip along the Russia and say about your experience, answer the questions, and so on.
Oh yes, this will be very interesting for me to do this, because I like this to show for the coaches what we do in the training, what is my experience, and because when I see that coaches are very interesting for our work, then it's also for me very interesting to show this, and I hope I can show this in the future also in a lot of regions in Russia, because I like this work to, for example, 2 years before in Smolensk, it was very interesting for me to hear the questions from a lot of coaches, and when it's possible, I will do this.
You work with so many talented skiers, and who have the best tactic?
Colonia. it's an easy question for me because for me, Dario is until today one of or the best cross-country skiers with the best technique. So his skating and classic, it's for me, the best.
Sergey Ustюгов, why he's so strong? And why he's different from others?
Oh, Sergey is strong because he has a special focus when it's a competition. So in the training he is normal like other athletes, but when it's competition, then he can be very strong in his head. He's very focused for this, and for this he can do, I think, 10-15% more in a competition than other athletes, and this is when you will be a strong athlete, this is the best what you can have.
So what about the Kleber? How we can beat his Finnish sprint, and he's really best skiers now in the world?
I think he is one of the best skiers now in the world. So last season it was really strong from him, and we will see the next season, and we try to beat him, and especially in the sprint, I think I know how can we beat him. Many times you can see when on the last 300-400 meters he is not in front, then you can beat him 100%.
Do you want to learn the Russian language?
Oh, I try, but it's for me it's very hard to learn, and because it seems for me very difficult, but I think now at the moment I can understand small things, and I try, but it's hard. But I want but the time for this it's not so much for me.
What do you feel about the changes of the rules in cross country? For example, Sensel of the skiathlon in the World Cup, also mixed events and relay stages are getting shorter. What should we wait? And what about these changes? Do they have influence to coaches' work?
100% have this changes influence of our work, because now we have not so much long distance individual distance races, and we have more mass start and short mass start races, and so we must change a little bit also in the training for this, because now you need high speed from the beginning, and so we must also try to do this sometimes in the training. And these changes, I think some changes are good for the future, especially for the in the relay, 7.5 kilometer by the man. I think it's a good decision, because by the woman it's 5 and 7.5 by the man. It's good, and also this mixed team, I think it's a good decision for the future. I cannot understand, for example, why now skiathlon we have only in the World Championship and Olympic Games and not in the World Cup. So it's a little crazy for me. I cannot understand, but most of the decisions, I think it's for the future for the cross country. It's good, because it must be interesting in the TV for the spectators.
The athletes have a phrase to catch the star, and the athletes have the same or not, and how not to be like this?
In this direction is not good, because I think it's not good to change from a normal strong athlete to a people who don't want to speak with his his partners from maybe from the national team before and not speak with normal people. So I think it's good to become a star in the sport, but it's also good to stay as a normal people, in the normal life. This is very important also for the athlete for the future.
And the coaches have the same problem or not?
Oh, I don't know. I hope I have not this problem. No, I'm sure I will not have this problem because once again, at first position is a position from the athlete, and for me the coach must be behind the athlete and not in front of this athlete. And for me it's important that when I come back at home I have my friends, normal friends, normal people. I will speak with them. I will not speak about the sport. I will speak about the weather and maybe sometimes about politic things and but not about my work. It's not it's not interesting for me about this.
Thank you.